Hi, folks. Robert Quigley here, Washington, D.C., the Money Pit Group. Today, we're going to do a Quigley's Believe It or Not. Believe it or not, most Americans are enslaved, and this is the year 2022. What do I mean we are enslaved? Well, let's start with the most fundamental question in American society: freedom. What is freedom? Freedom depends on the amount of money in one's bank account. Zero money means you're free to be homeless. Sure, you're free to vote, you're free to choose your leaders, but you're also free to beg for money if you're broke. You're also free to watch others go to the hospital and get healed or seek medical treatment. Geez, if you have no money, you're free to starve. You're free to sell your blood. You're free to sell drugs. You're free to sell body parts. That doesn't sound like a very nice form of freedom. The rising cost of living in the United States, aka our current outrageous inflationary phase of life, which is going to make the 1970s look like a cakewalk, only enslaves more people, makes them less free, makes it difficult for them to live. Did God or the universe mandate that humans toil away from cradle to grave? I don't think they did, or he did, or it did. True, humans need more experience time. We need to rearrange our society. Let me share an interesting example with you that exemplifies America's true freedom. I once saw a homeless man down at the corner of M Street and Wisconsin Avenue in northwest Washington, D.C. He hadn't shaved in ages. He slept on the sidewalk. He didn't have any money for food, for shelter. Apparently, he didn't have any friends or family members. But interestingly enough, this poor, wretched, dirty, old, free soul did have his dog by his side. I saw them in the rain together. I saw them in the snow together. I saw them on blistering hot days and freezing cold, snowy nights together. This man's only friend on this planet in his fabulous state of freedom was his dog. Of course, in the dog's mind, and like in all dogs' minds, it's the here and now which is most important. But this is not real freedom, folks. This is monetary slavery. What do we need to start solving this problem? Because as you know, we're on our way to the White House, and there's no problem that we can't find a solution for if we just think about it a little bit. But how do we solve this slavery problem in 2022? Multi-generational households will go a long way to reducing the individual's life expenses. It allows a bigger family unit to pool their resources. Both the benefits and burdens of the family can be shared together. Think about freedom in another way. The number of folks needed to maintain the American society is far less than the number of folks that were needed to build the American society or to build the mass consumerism society. It's like any old building you see in any old downtown across the planet. When it's under construction, we need lots of laborers, we need architects and engineers, all types of suppliers, many hundreds of people went into building that building directly and indirectly. But once that building was put up, the size of the maintenance staff could be a half a dozen, maybe a dozen. So as you can see, once a society is built, we need far fewer people to maintain it. So here we are in 2022, looking into the future in this great technological age. Artificial intelligence, also known as AI, is going to reduce human work. Hooray, you say. Less toil, less cradle-to-grave work. AI is going to reduce 40% of all human work. Wow. Think about that on the other side of the coin. We're going to have 40% more people unemployed. How do we support humans? How do we support our fellow citizens when AI takes over 40% of current human work? As we know, our monetary resources both limits and determines our choices in life. What is the point of being politically free if we are monetarily enslaved? I raise this issue, folks, because humanity in the U.S. society is at a crossroads. Where do we go from here? What is the role of government? As you know, I've got a legislative program that we'll implement once we get to the White House. We're going to create 30 million new entrepreneurs across America. But the bigger question is, where do we go from here? Put your comments below. Join the crowd. Join the conversation. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know where I'm right. Let me know where I'm wrong. Until we meet again.